Ooh, oh, look at this. Zach has quite a good card in this matchup.
Oh my god, that is a zombie apocalypse.
He is, I imagine he is boarded in zombie apocalypse for this game.
I love that card.
Now, it's not going to kill a Geist. The Geist is already dead, and zombies, apocalypses do not kill ghosts. But it will kill every other creature in his deck.
Yes. So...
Zach on the play.
Yep.
But no one drop.
I was like, no, it's cool. I got a probe for you.
And again, Caxian Probe, a real scary card because sometimes you keep your hand that's a little less than optimal.
Right.
But you don't want your opponent to know that. It's a little embarrassing.
Right.
Zach over this game did not. This hand seems pretty good. He does need.
I'd keep it.
He does need one more land.
Yep. He does need one more land.
It's a little bit slow of a hand for this matchup. Maybe you don't.
I mean, Geth's Verdict seems okay here.
Yeah, Geth's Verdict is good. Plus, he has a Phantasmal Image, so he can deal with a Geist that ain't trapped.
Yep.
So yeah, he's got ways to deal with Snapcast or with Delver, with Invisible Stalker, with Geist. So yeah, this does seem a great hand. Plus the Captain and Messenger.
When did Peak get good?
Man, I don't know.
Like, Peak used to be garbage, right? Like, nobody played it, and now...
There were a few, you played it in Psychotog just so that you know what was going on, but when Peak is free, Peak is real good.
Yeah. Wow, so
but
Zach...
Harold, no turn one play. He doesn't have a Delver either. So this is a match that is defined by their turn one plays, and neither one had one.
Seems awkward.
All right, so 2 mana. He can slam down Invisible Stalker now, but it's going to get verdicted. Instead, he has. Oh, is that a Thalia?
That's. Yeah, it's Thalia. Wow.
Now, that can't wait. How did he cast Geth's Verdict with Thalia?
I believe that's actually that's Tragic Slip.
Oh, Tragic Slip.
Yep,
okay,
that was a Tragic Slip.
All right, that makes
very
more sense.
tragic indeed. Zach goes for Diregraph Ghoul.
Misses a land, but gets a playable card.
Acceptable.
Harold, does he have a third land? He has a Mana Leak in his hand. I see that. But it doesn't look like he has a third land.
Now, wow, how bad would it have been if that Thalia had actually stuck?
That would have been bad.
Yep. That would have been pretty rough.
The first strike. A lot of people miss the first strike on Thalia, but very relevant in this matchup.
Absolutely.
Especially with Zach missing more land drops. This is not the most exciting game of Magic that's ever happened.
So there's going to be a Thought Scour hitting Ponder and Vapor Snag.
You don't want to hit those cards, but, they weren't lands.
And there's another for land and land.
Land.
Yep.
Yeah, you did want to get those cards, though.
Sure.
I think that Harold is a little bit, they're both a little starved for mana right now. But Harold wants to be able to play a creature and hold back for Mana Leak. And there's a land, and he can play a Delver and have Mana Leak backup.
Yep. That seems just fine.
It does seem just fine.
So your Zach Elsik next turn, you're going to be facing down probably a Delver. You're probably going to be putting your opponent on Mana Leak. Do you try to run out the image and...
I think what you do here, a Geist...
is play Phantasmal Image for the Geist Ain't Trapped.
Right. Or you Geth's Verdict him. I don't
also
think
acceptable.
I don't think he should have... He knew he had that guy... That I don't think he should have run that out. I think he should have run out the Delver.
Definitely.
And then let Zach try and Geth's Verdict that away.
All right.
But he's, Harold not punished. It looks like Zach did not draw a land there. If Zach can draw, had drawn a land there, then in comes a Messenger. Next turn, he's threatening a Captain.
Yep.
But instead, Harold's down on life, but he's up on lands. And, if Zach doesn't hit one real soon, he's in trouble. Harold this turn probably just plays a Delver and passes. He can Mana Leak whatever Zach plays next.
Sure. So we see... So Zach's got the larger creature right now.
Right.
It was interesting. Do you Reddit at all, Sam?
What's that?
Do you read Reddit?
I do read Reddit.
Did you read Aaron Forsyth's AMA the other night?
I did.
He talked about Delver actually being better than they thought. They did not realize
they missed a few cards. They missed Midnight Haunting was a big card. They said, just having those few extra ints in that deck really pushed over the top. I think Channer's Pike was the same thing. They had pictured these decks having a few less creatures in them, or a few more creatures in them, but the ability to play all of these all these other cards that are instants and sorceries as creatures really made those decks over the top.
So wow, Zach Elsik seems to be stuck on 2 lands. He's running 22 of them.
Not enough.
In his main. And
these zombies decks, they never run enough lands. You need at least 23. I think 24 might be even better.
You think so?
I do think so. I think that you got Mortar Pod, you have all these black cards, you have Obliterator, you have Mortar Pod.
Yeah.
You really want to be hitting 4 lands every game.
Obliterator is incredibly greedy.
Yep, and Harold's going to make a token with his Moreland Haunt.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, if this double flips, he is in the driver's seat. He's going to have 4 damage on the board, and he's going to have a Mana Leak backup. So we'll see what he reveals.
He reveals...
Oh, and
Probe.
It's a Probe.
Because Free Peek is so good.
It really is.
Hot diggity.
And it looks like, does he have a second Geist there too?
Possibly, which, yeah, that would be kind of sad times.
That would be sad times, yeah. Now he knows he's got a Phantasmal Image, so he can't just run it out. But you probably probe him again. Yeah.
Okay.
See what he has.
So we have Zach Elsik at 17, Harold at 11.
And Zach is going to guess Verdict and Response. That spirit is going to die.
Yep.
I think that's fine.
Spirit's going to die, putting Harold's to 10, and then 8 on the Diregraph crack.
I don't think he had. He probably has a second creature in his graveyard and was planning on double blocking.
Right.
With the 2 spirits, so he doesn't get to do that now. But if he had Mana Leak, he could have done it anyway. So, Diagraph Captain.
3 messengers, 2 Phantasm.
Jeez.
Wow.
All right, not looking so hot for Harold right now.
Wow.
If Zach can draw that land, and really if he doesn't, he can always just play a Phantasmal Image and try to copy that Aberration. No shame in that. He just needs to draw that land. If he can draw 3 lands, he is probably going to win this game.
Yep. I mean, and it looks like maybe he's drawn it. So Harold's going to go to 8.
In comes that zombie, and there's that 3rd land.
Yep.
And in comes a messenger. I'm sure Harold will Mana Leak that.
Okay.
But
that's one of them.
Yeah, that's one of them. He's got a lot left. I
don't know.
He's losing the race in the air. He's losing the race pretty much every single way.
He's
gonna Ponder. Ponder's good.
Ponder's reasonable.
Ponder helps, but he needs another Mana Leak.
Ponder too good for Modern. Acceptable for Standard.
Acceptable for Standard. Green Sun's Eden. Too good for Modern. Acceptable for Standard.
Gotta love the inconsistencies. Like, I understand why it's the way it is.
In fairness, there's a lot more things that Green Sun Zenith for in Standard, or in Modern. And, Standard, remember when Standard had Ponder and Preordain?
And you could play Pyromancer, essentially, just run them both ad infinitum?
Modern had, Ponder, Preordain, Taxian Probe, Sleight of Hand, Opt is a little too much. Serum Visions.
Sure. All right, so Harold is going to
plays a Geist. That's going to meet an Invisible Stalker, but again, Harold is just not getting ahead in the race. He's going to go down to 6 on this attack. Zach could always just swing too and hope he blocks. Probably won't happen. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Harold, I don't think can block here. Nope. He sort of time walks Zach a little bit by playing that. Zach's going to have to spend his whole turn killing it. But, it's not a horrible position for Zach to be in.
I mean, Harold's on 6.
He has 2 messengers in his hand. He has got to figure out a way around those messengers real soon. Now, he does have
There's a Mana Leak.
He does have another Mana Leak. Oh, man.
He has Mana Leak, Geist, Snare.
Wow.
Or Snag, excuse me.
So he's actually, all of a sudden, Harold might just be winning this game.
I mean, so Zach goes to 11.
Harold can both bounce. If he can bounce that zombie on the attack, counter the diagraph rule, and all of a sudden Zach's at 10, goes to 7. It's not looking so bad anymore.
Okay.
Now,
well, at this point, so Zach attacks here.
Zach attacks here.
Harold does not block.
He does not.
Does he block here?
I don't think he can. Well, no, he can block here. He can bounce it with Vapor Snag.
Sure.
That's the big question. The thing is that he didn't leave up mana for that mana leak, so he's going to take that damage. Zach's just going to play out his... oh, no, that would be lethal if he does that. Because he attacks for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, it's only 10. Yeah, he can play out the if he takes it, it goes down to 4. Zach can play out the diagraph rule, or the Grolf's Messenger, rather.
Yep.
But he just opts for that, plays the safe route.
And that does seem like the safer play. I mean, Zach has some modicum of inevitability.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that if he had, he could have also played out the Messenger and taken Harold down to 2, I believe. I think that life total is wrong. I believe that Harold's actually at 4 right now. If that's the case, he takes him down to 2. Even with the bounce, he only goes to 1. But this is probably safer.
Yep.
Well, it's definitely safer. And Mortipod.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this is
not
looking too good.
Nope. So we're actually at a point now where Zach could pod, flip to diagraph.
He
crack.
could.
I mean,
it just depends. The thing there is that the bounce ball just blows you out right there if you try and attack and do that.
Sure.
Blowout might be a little bit of a strong word because I think you probably still win this game, but it's at least closer.
Right.
Now, the only thing Harold can really draw here is if he's somehow left in a Warm Piece or some other way to gain life.
So it looks like I think Harold drew a Moorland Haunt, but I'm not 100% sure on this. But either way, he's got to be thinking real hard about how he's going to play his way out of this.
Yep. He's not in a terrific situation here. I think that he could have gone a little bit differently last turn if he had not played the Geist and he had instead bounced the Ghoul and countered the Messenger. He would have had to probably drawn something else, but...
Sure.
But it might be a slightly better position to be in.
So we're going to see Harold...
Does Harold have another Geist in his hand?
That looks vaguely Geist-like,
wow.
Yeah.
He has just drawn all the Geist this game. So he can attack. It looks like he's basically at this point just playing around Zach drawing another land. He can attack for attack in the air, take him to 8.
Yep.
Play the Geist, bounce his diagraph, or maybe this doesn't. I think you have to bounce his zombie at some point,
right?
And hope he doesn't draw another land to play a Messenger and equip with Mortipod.
Sure. So do we see Zach just run out Messenger here?
If you have it, you attack first, I think.
Yep. We saw that. I believe Zach actually has 3 in the grip.
Yeah, I think he has 2 left.
So.
I think 1 got countered.
Yep.
But he has 2 left, and if he just plays it, then equips Mortipod, he can kill Harold.
Yep.
Now Harold's in a position where if the Insect Aberration is going to attack for 3, take him down to 8. The Geist of Saint Traft puts an Angel, does 4 damage to him, but he's still 2 damage away. Maybe I think he had to attack with that Insectile Aberration next turn, take him down to 8 life. Hope that he didn't draw a land, just bounces Ghoul.
Sure.
And try and win that way. I mean, he's not. There isn't any great lines of play because most of them are going to lead to a loss, but you can do the one that's going to try and work out the best. So you have to bounce this. You can't. I don't think you're not going to win a long game where you have to. You're never going to win a long game here.
Right.
He could theoretically block with the Aberration and try to get in there that way, but Zach's gonna resolve a messenger and take him into 2, and the Mortapod gets him to 1, and then he's got to play around that for the rest of the game.
Sure. So we're going to see, yep, Vapor Snag it back.
Goes to 10.
I said good day, sir.
And I assume he didn't draw another land.
Yep.
So, he probably just plays messenger here. And Zach's got to figure out some way to get rid of 2 blockers. Or he gets to get rid of the 1 blocker. That'll attack for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's still 1 away, so I'm not seeing a way to do this. I think that he's going to be short no matter what happens.
All right, so we see Harold Williams on 2 life.
Facing down a messenger,
a diagraph
and a Mortapod, and a diagraph pool. Yeah, it's draws his card.
Diagraph pool, another one of those cards. I was like, I don't think this is really constructive playable, and then people start winning GPs with it.
Turns out.
Glad I'm a judge.
Yep. He's doing some math, but it's not the good kind of math.
No, this is I've got $1.69 in my pocket and a $20 cab ride home. How do I get there math? So
yep.
Harold Williams got to be feeling kind of uncertain about where he's at right now. And thinking and thinking and thinking some more.
This is not good for him.
This is pretty rough.
He's looking at it, and it's again, he can attack, and maybe he doesn't block with Mortapod. That's always possible. It still only gets him to 1 though. Snapcaster plus getting and that would kill him, but that's a lot of ifs.
This is not a
passes the turn.
Wow.
Yep.
I mean, I guess.
A lot of things have to go wrong this turn for Zach to not win. Forgetting to attack is one of them. He could attack with them, and Harold could bounce the die. Yeah, I think he just. Pretty sure. What do you do here? You attack with the messenger.
Sure.
And you see what happens. He can't block it. He's got to bounce it with. The only thing he can do is Vapor Snag it. That's the only way he stays alive. Well, I guess he's a Mullen Hunt, right? So he can make a Mullen Hunt token and block.
Sure.
But then he's tapped out enough that you can just, hit him.
Right.
Or he could just.
Well, actually, he could just Mortapod the token.
Yeah.
And then
there's nothing you can do. So if he can just figure out to attack with his creatures, you can make a Mullen Hunt. Does he also have a Vapor Snag? I guess is the question.
To snag or not to snag?
He'd have to have the snag, and the snag doesn't do it either.
Nope.
You can block the diagraph, or you block the messenger, and block the ghoul.
Well, I mean, it seems like it would be a misplay to let the...
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
GG.
So many things would have to happen. Like, he'd have to attack, he'd have to block the messenger, kill the opposing ghoul, right? His opponent would then have to throw the Mortapod at him, the Mortapod token, the germ token,